How?
Oh, what?
Well, nothing. It's a sort of it's a Red Indian greeting. At least I think it is. That's what it always used to say on the films when I was a boy. How? But it didn't used to rain in the films. Anyway, you two look just like Red Indians sitting inside your teepee.
Don't you mean Native Americans?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I do. That's what people call them these days, isn't it? Yeah. Well, whatever they're known as, you two look just like them.
Yeah, feel like one too. Camping out in a teepee, being close to nature, collecting nuts and berries to eat, hunting and trapping our food. This is the life.
Have you done much hunting and trapping there, Middler?
Not exactly.
We haven't done any at all. We haven't collected any nuts and berries either. We've been living off the food we brought with us. Middler's hardly eaten anything apart from cornflakes.
Well, I expect that's what Native Americans would have eaten if they could.
Well, good job I bought some more. And lots of other stuff too. Can't have you two going hungry in camp, can we?
Hey, guess what you two can have for tea? Trout. There's bound to be some in that lake, and I brought my fishing rod.
Oh, great! We really will feel like Native Americans then, eating trout fresh from the lake.
So you two get the fire on, so we can cook them, and I'll go and catch a trout. Hello? Have you caught anything yet?
No, not the sausage, Montgomery. Not that we'd expect to find a sausage here, of course.
Well, you won't catch anything in there. You want to try the lake, that's where the fish are.
But we like it here, Mr. Grimley. It's such a lovely spot.
Wait a minute. What? You haven't got any bait on your line. Or a hook. Huh? Anybody would think you didn't want to catch a fish.
Well, they'd be right. We don't. Far too much bother is catching fish here.
Yeah. And it's cruel, if you ask me. I mean, it's much nicer just to sit by the water and enjoy the peace and quiet.
Aye, that's the way Tiddle-up and I have always fished, eh? Fishing where there's no fish.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's balmy. Anyway, I'm going to catch some fish. Some nice big juicy trout from that lake over there.
Do you reckon?
I do. I'm quite a fisherman, I am.
Oh. Hey, shall we check him out?
You see, what I use is a fly as bait.
A fly?
Yeah, well, it's not a real fly. It's sort of like a bit of silk and feathers tied together to look like a fly, or in this case, a little fish.
Clever, isn't it?
Yeah, but a really clever bit is when I cast it, you see, because what happens then is I pull it back quickly through the water and it looks like a little minnow swimming on the surface, and a big fish comes down from underneath it and it tries to gobble it up and bingo, you've caught it. See? And I pull it back and whoop, and I've caught it.
By heck, you've caught a whopper there, Montgomery. That there tree gobbled up your fly, no messing. Here, come over here, everybody. Come and look. Mr. Grimley's caught a tree. Bring out the frying pan. We'll have it for supper.
Daddy, it's not fish.
Oh dear, having a bit of trouble, Mr. Grimley.
Just a bit, but I'll soon get it free. Oh, no, look at that. Well, there'll be no trout for supper. I can't fish without a rod.
Not unless you tickle them, Mr. Grimley.
Hey, now that's a good idea. I've always wanted to try that.
Oh, my uncle's an expert at it. He always gets his fish that way. Nobody tickles trout like my uncle. I reckon there must be something wrong with my ears. I just thought... I just thought that you said your uncle tickles trout, Middler. I did.
Have you never heard of tickling trout? It's a way of catching them. You sort of put your hand gently underneath them and, well, you sort of tickle them.
Oh, I see. And I suppose you make them laugh so much that they give themselves up. Is that right? Oh, Mr. Grimley. Oh, stop tickling me. Oh, I'll come and be your supper. A likely tale that is.
I'm afraid it's true, though, Mossop. I've heard of people who catch trout by tickling them. But whether you'll be able to do it or not, Mr. Grimley,
well,
I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know either, but, well, I'm going to give it a go, because you never know what you can do until you try.
That's the spirit.
This I must see.
There's no doubt that tickling trout is quite an unusual skill, but anyone can master it if they have got the will. Tickling trout, that's the way to catch 'em. Tickling trout, stroke their bellies and snatch 'em. When I'm about, pity the trout, they haven't got a prayer. Swimming along so peacefully, then whoops, they're in the air. Tickling trout, that's the way to catch 'em. Tickling trout, stroke their bellies and snatch 'em.
Mr. Grimley, my uncle does it different from that, you know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for a start, he always rolls up his sleeves first.
Oh, heck, I forgot about that.
Can't be helped, Montgomery. You carry on. You may not be tickling any trout yet, but you're certainly giving me a good laugh.
I don't see how you can catch a trout just by tickling it.
Oh, well, what's supposed to happen is you see that the fish quite likes being tickled. And it gets all sort of relaxed and lazy-like and off its guard. And then with your hand underneath it, you just scoop it out of the water and up and on the bank.
Poor fish.
I don't think it's got anything to worry about here.
That's where you're wrong, Mossop. Because I've got my hand under one right now. Now, gently. Come on, my beauty. And up!
Oh.
Stop it! Stop wriggling!
Oh! Oh, Mr. Grimley, are you all right?
Oh, apart from being soaked through. Good job it isn't very deep.
Come on.
It's hardly worth getting dried off. Look, it's pouring now.
Oh, dear. Well, drink this up, Mr. Grimley. That'll soon warm you up.
Oh, looks like a Native American now, eh? Yeah, with that great big blanket wrapped round you, you look like Big Chief Falls in the water.
You can laugh, Mossop, but... Oh, if I'd been successful, we could have been sitting round a lovely campfire, eating fresh trout by now.
Don't you worry, Montgomery. We'll still have fish for tea. Just leave it all to me. Now, gently does it. Tickle, 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 and whee! There we are. That's what you should have been doing all along. Tickling sardines. Much better than tickling trout.
Oh, Mother.